This week, the resistance came to Tallahassee for Pride at the Capitol, stronger and more energized than ever. We condemned DeSantis' extremist attacks on our freedoms, told our stories, met with legislators, fought anti-LGBTQ legislation, and grew our ranks. Our work is just beginning. As anti-LGBTQ bills head to committees, we'll be there to fight back. Join us. Week 2 of the legislative session is complete, and here's what you need to know. Equality Florida staff and volunteers testified against the trans erasure bill.
Trans people make up just 1.6% of the national population, yet remain a singular focus of the state legislature.
Do you know what it's like to wake up not fitting mind and body out of touch, having to clutch the slivers that you give us? If you did, you wouldn't feel the need to take away the few wins we have.
Students spoke out against the Board of Governors' decision to impose unconstitutional censorship on university campuses and opposed additional anti-LGBTQ+ bills as they were introduced and heard in committees. More anti-LGBTQ bills are heading to committees, and we'll be there to fight them every step of the way. Join us. Attacks on LGBTQ people continued this week, but Equality Florida was there to stand up and fight back. We held a town hall to address concerns regarding the gender marker on driver's licenses.
This is just another politically motivated attack to sow fear and exclude transgender Floridians from public life. That's why we're here.
This week, we continued to fight against the trans erasure bill.
We need respect, love, and a return of dignity.
There is absolutely nothing compassionate in this bill. If there was compassion, then the mass majority of research and personal pleas from the trans folks who stand against this bill would be dominating the conversation.
We continued to monitor and fight back against bad bills, supported proactive bills, and helped stall a bill, giving us more time to fight back to try to stop it. This week had victories to celebrate, but we've got more work to do. Join us. It's been a busy week at the Florida legislature. We continued to fight against anti-LGBTQ bills.
The collateral damage from bills like this has been extensive. The fallout and the confusion and the chilling effect of bills like this have been immense.
Having a pride flag in a teacher's classroom allows these students to feel safe, to feel affirmed, and to be in a space where they know they're not going to be harassed or bullied.
I am absolutely appalled by the priorities of this legislature. Let me tell you why. In this committee, we're talking about banning local municipalities from flying the pride flag.
We joined Yes on 4 Florida at the Florida Supreme Court to hear oral arguments on our right to bodily autonomy. We continued to fight against extreme bills and successfully stalled the pride flag ban bill, a huge step in potentially defeating this censorship bill. We've got 1 month of the legislative session left. Join us. This week, we continued our resistance against the extremists in Tallahassee. We continued to share our stories.
We're human beings, just like you. And I look at all of you and I see your humanity. All I'm asking is that you do the same.
We continued to make headlines. And we continued to fight against extreme bills. We're thankful for our volunteers who are hard at work. But our work is far from over. Join us. We're heading into the last 2 weeks of Florida's 60-day legislative session, and we need your help more than ever. Despite bipartisan opposition from lawmakers and thousands of Floridians, the trans erasure bill passed out of its final committee in the House. But we still shared our stories.
Unfortunately, he's also moved outside the state of Florida because he no longer felt safe due to the numerous anti-trans laws passed last year, and now we're doing it again. Please vote no on this bad bill.
And we continued to fight against numerous other bad bills. Despite continued attacks from extremist lawmakers, one thing is clear: our hard work is paying off, and our message is breaking through. Join us. This is our most important legislative update yet, and we have very good news. This week, hundreds of transgender Floridians and allies marched on the Capitol with a simple message for lawmakers: let us live. During the march, Senate President Kathleen Quasimodo told reporters that the trans erasure bill would not be taken up for a vote in the Senate. That means this cruel bill is very likely dead, thanks to all of those who shared their stories.
America is supposed to be the home of the brave and the free. Where is freedom? No one's free until we're all free. Trans rights are human rights. Every individual deserves to live authentically and without fear of discrimination or violence. Trans rights isn't just about tolerance, it's about embracing diversity. Creating a world where everyone can thrive.
But with more bad bills being passed in the House, we're putting pressure on lawmakers and sending a message that we will never back down when our community is under attack. With only a week left in this legislative session, we need every single person to lean in and help us defeat these bills.
This is what democracy looks like! Tell me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like!
The legislative session has wrapped up, and we want to thank you for all of your hard work this session. Together, we've claimed numerous victories to achieve the impossible. We kicked off the session with a huge showing at our Pride at the Capitol kickoff, with over 225 advocates showing up to take back our rights. Over 6,000 people sent more than 100,000 emails to lawmakers to fight back against harmful LGBTQ+ bills. We were able to stop 21 of the 22 most extreme anti-LGBTQ bills our state's ever seen. How? We testified in 26 committee hearings, held 194 meetings with legislators, rallied, marched, and protested against attacks on our freedoms. We removed harmful language for the LGBTQ community from other bills. We even passed the first pro-LGBTQ bill in recent history, PEP Access. And thanks to trans activists and allies, we stopped HB 1639, fighting nearly 3 years of relentless attacks on freedom, safety, and basic rights of transgender Floridians. We started this legislative session with 22 bad bills, and we stopped or neutralized all but one, thanks to volunteers and supporters like you. Thank you.